Howdy, everybody.
Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Chad. My name's Dakota. This is Fifth Avenue's monthly live stream. Actually, 4 on Fifth for once.
It is 4 on Fifth for once.
Yeah. This is our monthly live stream where we have a fun, random character, personality, friend, time filler on the show, and we just talk about whatever, enjoy our cigars. We talk a little bit about the cigars, answer your questions, and just have a good old time.
Yeah. It's actually here. We'll do that. Sorry.
Pause.
Pause. No, don't pause. I'm just gonna grab that.
All right.
Wait, why did you mute it? Why did you mute it?
And
That was a good conversation we just had.
All right, so
this is typical. And we're joined today by a friend of ours, Brian. How do you want to
maybe you'd like to introduce yourself?
Brian from Oklahoma. Been up here in Alaska about 3 years now. Love it. Been here ever since. So here we are. Met Mike and did Bessie's, and here we are.
And you are a flight instructor and bartender.
Yes, correct.
Now,
at the same time?
well, I mean, flight instructing isn't a full-time thing.
Not in the winter.
Not in the winter.
Not in the winter. Summer, yes.
Really?
Yeah, I just imagine like
You don't
Jeremy
wanna-
Clarkson style, where he's going through the Antarctic in a car with a tiny little bar kit on his lap trying to cut limes.
I was about to say, you don't want to, teach people while you're drinking at the same time. That's a
Oh yeah.
kind of a hazard.
There was numerous times when I first got here. I'd walk into and I'd run into Darwin's, and I'm some of the first friends I met, and I'd run in. I'd be like, "Hey, Hazelin, blah blah blah. How y'all roll with it?" And they're like, "What?" And I'd be like, "Hey man, I got to go to work. Hey, can you go ahead and throw me a shot of Tito's? I got to go to work." And then some of my pilot buddies would be sitting there going, whoa, what the hell? And I'm cracking up laughing because they don't know, like, I just got done flying and I'm going in to go bartend. They didn't know that. So when I came in, it was like, ordered a shot. They thought I was going to go fly. So they looked at me like, they did like hit me on the arm and grab my arm going, dude, Brian, no, we can't let you do that. I'm going to go bartend. And like, oh my God.
I got to hit the tarmac in an hour, making it double.
Oh, man.
You got any juice to go with that, Jim?
Oh, yeah. I was like, I gotta go find it. Keep swimming real quick. You go ahead and throw me up for a shot. And man, oh man, my two buddies, you see the look in their eyes like you told me Jesus joke at church. I mean, they just locked up. Like,
No. I'm not flying a helicopter, guys.
I mean, that's refreshing to hear here.
Yeah.
You know, like in some of the places I've spent some time in Southeast Alaska, the pilot will come in and be like, "Oh yeah, I got a flight in about an hour. Can you give me a tall beer and then like 2 shots?"
They're in the jump seat.
No, they're not in the jump seat.
Oh,
yeah. Man, I've had it before when I first started flying here. I think it was like
It's like a little Piper Cub or something where they have a passenger and some mail.
yeah.
I mean, if they crash, it's going to be at 35 miles an hour, but still.
That's very true. Oh man, I've had them to where it's like you're sitting there and I was like the co-captain coming in. You're going, okay, I'm like learning. Like, all right, let's learn the ways, how Alaska is. Because Alaska, you fly down in like Oklahoma, Louisiana, Tennessee, all those flat states. Oh, it's candy. Easy as I'll get out. You get up here and you're like, they do certain things. You're going, FFA regulation, blah, blah. And they look at you going, they're more like guidelines. You're like, okay. And
it doesn't apply when there's a mountain in your face.
You're going,
What's the code? No, it's more like guidelines.
Yeah, they're like guidelines. And you're going, okay. So you just nod your head. And then one day we were trying to fuel up, and we were over there in Homer. And we were sitting there, and I'm going, oh, man, it's going to be forever and a day. And the guy I was with reaches under the seat and pulls out a bottle of Jack in the lawn chair and sits down. And I'm like, okay. And he starts drinking straight from the bottle. About 2 hours later, we fill up. He's like, all right, you ready? I'm going, I mean, I am, sir, but I don't think you are. And he's like, I've been flying longer than you've been live. I'm like, I'm not arguing. This is not my state.
I still know how Jack Daniels works.
and the son of a gun, like I said, I mean, he was mean, I'm 38 now. I was like 35 at the time. He was probably between 60 and 65. Drank half a bottle of Jack. We get in the plane. We're heading back. And this dude was just cool as a cucumber, like landed it perfectly okay. And in my head, like, I'm just tense, holding on to everything. Just like, okay.
Grab handle,
Oh, man.
adjusting your fucking headset.
I was all over the place. No, he just, and then we landed. He's like, listen, young buck, I've been doing this longer than you've been live. I'm like, I will never question you again. Like, just,
I picture every time he moves the yoke, you're just like,
oh yeah. I got flight controls. He keeps hitting you. You're just like, okay, sir, but do you? All right. My bad.
So we had Chip.
Elmer T. Lee. Yeah, right there. We're not drinking that tonight.
I guess
doing
it's mostly
Old
Death.
Forester, New Riff, Hendrix, and Juniper.
Hendrix, Grand. No, that's not.
So I had this. So I'm not generally a gin guy,
I'm not
but I had
this.
this. What was it? Had been like a week ago. I had Brian turn me on to this, and I quite liked it a lot. It's pretty damn good.
I mean, it's more than four of them. And when I made it,
pretty good.
like I muddled cherries, lime, lemon, and orange. If you muddle that in it,
Mhm.
and then do the ice with that, with the floral, it just brings a lot of the flavor. Oh, it was delicious.
That reminds me of
What
the
bar do you attend at? Because I need to go there more.
Flat Top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what. That's what
Yeah.
buddy.
It reminded me of the first time I ever had Tanqueray Rangpur, which is like a kind of a grape.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a little more fruity. And it was the first time I ever appreciated gin. Before that, it was always like, I don't know what the English are all about, but
Yeah.
it's not this.
Getting
I've never enjoyed gin.
See, I like gin. I still drink whiskey, but I drink a lot of it. But don't call me a sissy, but without calling me a
I
sissy.
thought you said I still like
whiskey, but
I drink a lot of it.
It was giving me a lot of heartburn, and so I was like, you know what? I need to kind of switch it up on the bourbon rye.
And Jack and Tums, please.
Yes, with a side of Prilosec, like that'd be great.
And that's me and wine. I just can't do wine because it just gives me so much heartburn from start to finish. With whiskey or anything else, I'll take a drink. That first one will go down a little bit hard, but then after that, it smooths out real nice.
Yeah, that first one, you're like, oh, man, that's a good wine. And then you get to the second one, then the heartburn comes in.
Mm.
Then your third and fourth one, then next thing you know, you're crying, trying to call your ex. Yeah. And you're like, I got heartburn and I'm calling my ex. Like, which one's hurting worse right now? Like,
Tomorrow's gonna suck.
either way, tomorrow's going to end an apology. Like, oh,
It's kind of why I like
to myself or my,
It's kind of like why I liked vodka so much in my younger years. Is that I knew it was going to suck all around, no matter what.
Might as well just cut out all the bullshit.
Yeah,
Get some
just go
vodka.
straight to vodka. Gonna make bad decisions and do stupid shit
Either
just all
way,
night long.
it's going to be bad decisions. No, so I've been cutting down on the bourbon and whiskey just because, like I said, the heartburn. And oh man, over at Flat Top, underneath the register, like right now, if you walk over there is a deal of Prilosec heartburn underneath the register that I take.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to gin and everything else. I've been coming up with new things. That's
I just picture your flight bag is just all pills and
oh my gosh.
it's just all Prilosec and Tums. Every time he's walking up.
Oh my gosh. Is that your headset and your flight log? No, I've got Motrin.
Well, guys, should we talk a little bit about the cigars?
Yeah, about what we're smoking.
Let's start with Chad and that magnificent tuna can he's holding.
Grab a bottle of water.
I've got the Alec Bradley.
Get me one too,
Chunk.
if you don't mind, Mike.
This thing is a 4-inch by 80. This is the 4XL of theirs. They got
Which bite? Is it a scope? Or?
the XL, 3XL, and then the 4XL.
Do they have a 5 or a 6?
No.
What is it?
this
It's
the
good
biggest.
out to like 300 yards.
If they had a 6XL, I'd
Is that
watch
3
that.
for 8 or 3 to win, man? Like,
So this thing, it's a Mexican wrapper with
Thank you, sir.
Honduran binder and Nicaraguan fillers, and some Dominican stuff in there. I forget what that was. But
When I smoked that the past 3 times, it basically seemed like it was the magic toast.
this is a newer cigar.
I know, but it was the same
And
like
you
flavor
smoked 3 of
profile.
them.
Yes.
You son of a bitch.
I paid for 2 of them, Chad.
I think he earned that third one.
Maybe.
The first one was free. The other two I paid for. You guys are drug dealers.
Who is the comedian who's like I'm hung like a tuna can? That's all I think of when I see it.
Yeah. So I was smoking one the other night with the guys in the lounge, and Teddy's first comment was, "That's a fucking tuna can of a cigar if I've ever seen one."
Well, who said somebody gave it to me? And it's like I've seen smaller dicks.
I think it was me. I handed it to
I
you,
think it was.
and I was like, "Jesus,
No,
Mike."
I've seen a lot of dicks, but I mean,
How
I've
many
seen
dicks have
smaller.
you seen, Dakota?
I've played football. I've been in the locker room.
I've seen porn.
So the biggest problem I have with it is that lighting it. You got to.
It's a
We went
process.
from locker room talk
It's
to
a-
porn to. So what happened was I
Light
lit
that
this.
It's
So okay, so it very much reminds me of the mother,
MOB.
yeah, MOB.
Mhm.
It reminds me of the Mother of the Beast.
But bigger.
Is it bigger around?
Yeah, 66 ring gauge on that one.
Oh, okay.
But the then we got one up there that's 6-inch by 70 ring gauge, which is Chillin' Moose, the bull moose.
Damn, we have a chillin' moose that big?
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, let's be stupid and buy this one.
It'll sell.
It does, yeah.
The novelty of it.
And then saw this one on there too, and I was like, well, we'll get this one also, and we'll go ahead and
It's actually
see
good.
how
though.
well it sells, and it's doing all right for sales. This is the last one of the box of 18.
Damn it, we haven't had them that long.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a relatively new cigar. And
I paid for 2 of them, and then everyone who I think I sold like 5 or 6 of them because people were asking me like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "You should go get one." They're
I've
like,
not,
"Okay."
I've not had one, nor have I sold one.
yeah, we're going to be getting more.
No, apparently.
A little bit of spice on the front end. All the marketing stuff says spice, smooth, full, and a little natural sweetness in there, which I can fully get behind all that. You know, if you like a Maduro, this has definitely got the, regular Maduro flavors.
So I'm going to go ahead and guess that you picked that cigar for Brian.
No, I didn't. I actually
Oh,
said
did you pick the spark plug?
no. I recommended either the Ape Hanger or the
There were two.
Oh,
Breakfast in Portugal.
Oh,
I pointed
that's the
to,
ape hanger.
he's like, I don't know a lot about cigars. I know like higher end cigars. I've had a few
Yeah,
good
yeah.
ones, and I was like, all right, cool. Well, if you want something that's like a good representation of that type of cigar, these are the 2 I go to,
Yeah,
and they're not offensive. You
yeah.
might
He
like them.
didn't steer you wrong.
Oh, no, of course not. No, I figured he wouldn't. That's why I was like, hey, what's your opinion? Because like I don't smoke cigars hardly ever, but the last cigar I
You
smoked,
should hang
like,
out more.
well, correct. But I hadn't smoked a cigar in like 10 years, and then about 3 weeks ago, LJ
Oh, yeah.
had those
Yeah,
cigars.
he brought those cigars. Yeah.
So LJ had these.
Yeah.
What was it? $400 a piece.
No, he spent $400 in cigars. I think they were like $120 a piece or something like that. Might have been.
Yeah,
You might have got a nicer one than me.
No, they were all the same. They were all the same. They all
Oh,
had like
okay.
this magnetic case.
Yeah.
And these cigars were I want to say each cigar he bought like 15 to 20 of them, and they were like $300 to $400 single individually a piece.
Jesus.
And
Christ.
they came in a magnetic case.
I saved the case.
Yeah. So
saved
I
the
got
case.
one. Mike got one. Very
Yeah.
few of us got one.
They were
And-
fucking killer.
And you smoked it and everything else. I mean, it was just. Oh, it was just wisdom in a cigar and the blessing. I mean, I don't know how to. Yeah,
It was
the
an
best way to-
experience.
Oh yes, but then again, you smoke that, and then you're like, hey, you asked me like, what kind of cigar you want, and I'm going, man, I don't know what direction.
My last cigar was $400.
Right. Yes.
Do your best.
Like you can actually inhale that cigar.
Yeah.
And you're just like, and it still feels so good.
Yeah.
Even though your lungs will kill you in the morning, but it feels. Oh, it was amazing.
I think
absolutely amazing.
I think I smoked it on.
And if you smoke that, and you have like, and we had my Japanese whiskey.
Oh, nice.
That $200 bottle of Japanese whiskey.
Yeah.
So you're drinking out on the side while you're smoking it, and oh my gosh, the flavors! It just
Yeah. I remember that cigar. So I smoked it on. Remember on New Year's where we always kind of go into the lounge, kind of take it over, and just have stupid movie night.
Mm-hmm.
One random thing. We got Brendan coming in here saying that cigar, that's a fat, thick,
Looks like
triple
a Red Bull
C.
can. Yeah.
Looks like a Red Bull can. It's
Thick with 2 Z's.
It's like every dating adult profile pic ever.
So on New Year's we had like we do like stupid movie night. So we shut down and all of us that like own it and friends like will come down and we just put on.
We came for the last one.
Yeah,
That
and
was
we just
fun.
put on random stupid movies. You know, you just go on Amazon and like watch like Sharktopus or something. Just something. Clownocalypse.
That was
watch that.
Sharknado 6.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
all
Yeah,
kinds
yeah,
of weird
yeah,
ass shit. And so we just sit down and watch that, and like we just have
Frankenhooker.
we have our run of the place, and I smoked that cigar that night, and I remember like actually like inhaling it, and like that fucking cigar. I even told LJ, I was like, I've had a million cigars, probably like it's cemented in my memory. Probably one of my
What was
favorites
the
I've
cigar?
ever had. I have it. It's a La Roma.
I've got a picture
I
of it.
have,
So
I have
I'll
the
bring it
case
up.
right in the other room. I don't commit it to memory, but I saved the case and then saved pictures of it. So I can tell you, but
Yeah.
not off the top of my head.
We were sitting in the back patio. We're like having a whiskey drink, and then we're drinking this $250 bottle of like Japanese whiskey while we're smoking that. And he's like, dude,
It wasn't Hibiki. It was the one that starts with a Y, I think, probably.
the Japanese whiskey?
Yeah.
I have a picture of it.
There you go. You have a memory like mine.
Yeah.
I have a picture of
I
it.
just want
I can't tell you.
That's why
That's why I take a picture.
Exactly. Exactly. I took a picture of it, like, but you drink it, and then LJ's like, oh, go ahead and inhale that. And I'm like I said, I don't know cigars that well. I'm like, are you supposed to do that? He's like, just do it. And I went, all right. And then you inhaled it, and you're like, no coffee, no nothing.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my God, this is like, oh, it's amazing. Absolutely. And then we got to the very end, and
rolled on Virgin's thighs, the whole nine.
And it was one of the smoothest cigars I've
man.
ever had.
It was absolutely the smoothest.
Yeah.
And you get down to the very end, he's like, all right, man, we're drinking some more whiskey. You can just, crash at my place, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, I appreciate it. He's like, go ahead and put that out. And I went, I froze for like 5 seconds. I went, no, LJ. He's like, dude, what? I'm going, no, I can't put this in. It does not feel right. And he's like, what? So I handed him the cigar. I was like, no, it's your cigar. You need to put it out. Motherfucker laughed so hard, like, oh my God, cracked up and was just like, all right, I'll take care of it, blah, blah, blah. But I could not, for the life of me, put it out just because it was just so,
Yeah.
oh yeah. It was just, and you smoked it. Like, it
Oh
was
yes,
just-
I love it. Like I said, it was.
yeah.
In fact, I didn't smoke another cigar after that because I didn't want to taint the memory.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we were here, and I think we watched 3 movies.
At least, yeah.
So we were here for a while, and like, and I waited to light it up.
I came in, I think, and you guys were finishing Velocipaster, and I watched Octopus with you guys,
Yeah.
which was an equally horrible movie,
Oh yeah, they're all crap. That's the point.
but they're good.
I just got to do a correction for you. It wasn't whatever you said for the clown one. It was Apocalypse Clown.
Oh
yes.
yeah, Apocalypse Clown.
Playing
Yeah,
off of the
So,
Apocalypse now.
what cigar are you having, Brian?
Oh, we already went over that. Oh, did we?
You
No,
guys,
we just started
yeah,
talking
sorry.
about him.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
we just went back and forth. But you guys have to tell me on this one because, like I said, I'm a rookie when it comes to cigars.
So it's Ape Hanger cigar from
you
CAO.
help me out on this one.
It's primarily, it's Brazilian wrap with Nicaraguan filler. We're going to have to touch you up there.
It's
but
in their
yeah.
same line along with the
But I
spark
mean-
plug.
It should be kind of like, I'll let you light it up, but you want to just get that pigtail there.
Okay, thank you.
Otherwise, I'll burn the shit out of you. I have that habit. There you go. Should be all set.
Yeah, here you go.
But overall,
Did I
like
do that right?
anything
Yeah,
treat
you
me
did.
good.
I'm a rookie when it comes to cigars.
Hey, man, we're not gatekeepers here.
I know,
Hang out, have fun.
but-
Enjoy the habit.
But when you're a rookie that comes to cigars, and then like your first cigar in over a decade is like a $400 cigar.
Yeah,
You know
right?
what I mean,
Yeah.
the standard's set so high.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I'm too bougie. This is beneath. Like this is peasant stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. No.
yeah.
Like, I mean, overall, like, is it getting you anything that's kind of notable, or is it just is good?
Oh no, I like it. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've had a few, and then like I said, back in the day, like I've had a few that I just didn't
Play ball with.
play. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, I'm very big on no. I'm not dancing. Like
Mhm.
no, that dog ain't gonna hunt. Like I'll straight up let you know.
Dog ain't gonna hunt.
I'll straight up let you know.
Should
like
we?
We're caught up.
Are we caught up?
Oh no, we have new comment.
We are
actually.
definitely not caught up.
We got
Yamazaki is what he's talking about. Is the whiskey.
Oh, is that Yamazaki? Was that the whiskey?
Yamazaki tends to be much higher than
Misaki.
Hibiki and the other
Can-
ones.
Is it okay? Can I look at my phone?
Go for it.
Yeah,
Is it all right?
So while you're looking that up, we'll address the other comments here. We got Jason.
While you're doing
coming
that,
in
I'm
here.
gonna take my fucking hoodie off.
See,
Too hot?
that's why I took mine off earlier.
We need to put the live stream on in the lounge, says Jason. Fuck off, Jason.
Just put it on your phone.
Debate the
think I hear it out
table,
there.
Tabacs, real cigars. Oh, are Tabacs real cigars? Yes, yes, they
Yeah.
are.
I don't see why not.
If you take the flavor out of a tobacco, I still argue that it's a quality cigar.
It is. Like, once you get past a certain point in the cigar, which I noticed most of our members and a lot of people don't do this, but if you burn it past the halfway point, the sweetness goes away.
Yeah.
And it becomes a real cigar.
I would argue the exact same thing about deadwoods, and even more so about deadwoods. Is deadwoods they're sweeter than tobaccos,
Mhm.
but I also think they're higher quality than tobaccos.
What did he say? Yamasaki? No, it was.
Oh, is Ohishi whiskey. OHISHI.
That looks old as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you stole it from a samurai.
He probably did.
Hold on, I gotta. Hold on. Hang on here.
Yeah, it was Ohishi, OHISHI whiskey.
All right.
So I think I heard the results of the debate out there in the lounge.
Oh, and then mind you, and then here was the cigar.
Yeah, there it is.
There was the cigar.
Oh my god.
1786. Is that what it was? La Roma 1786.
La Aroma 120.
Yeah, that was it.
Something like
And it comes in a magnetic case.
That thing looks like it's going to be a handful.
I've got things to say about my fucking cigar here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to yours, dude.
It is falling apart like it's his job.
I will take a look at those when we get back upstairs because that should happen.
Yeah, because this is a
What is
this is an Asylum Serenity now, which I've had the Medulla and the Oblongata from Asylum. And
Fantastic.
I like those. Those
Do you
are
really
great
want to pull it
cigars.
up? I'll do it.
Now we have the Serenity now and the Insanity later.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
nothing wrong with them. as
The
long as you
Insanity
go a certain
later is
point.
a Maduro. This isn't a Connecticut. This is a Habana.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Well,
It doesn't
hopefully-
matter.
Hopefully, I'll be corrected.
Maybe you get the
I will tell
healing
you this.
wrapper makes it so you need the Serenity now.
Well, and here's the thing. So it's the end is covered by tissue paper. So it's not a band you take off. You just slide it off the end.
Mm.
And as soon as I slid it off the end, cracks.
Mm.
And the wrapper started falling apart. And I was careful to not fuck with this thing.
Yeah.
And it's now I'm like smoking a raw. It looks like a leaf. You know what I mean?
That's
The
just fine.
leaf
Yeah.
cigars. So I'm
You
just
want
Oh yeah, you're smoking the leaf cigar without taking the leaf off.
yeah, exactly.
That sucks.
But so I'm not.
Friend of mine texted me, said, "What is the name?"
Oh, it's just
Northern Knives.
No,
No,
I guess-
Try not to talk about it. I
YouTube.com
got a mic on my
Just
slash
Avenue Cigars.
Avenue. I think it's just Avenue Cigars. It's YouTube.com/Avenue Cigars.
Yeah, if he just looks up Fifth Avenue Cigars on YouTube,
Yeah,
it should
we'll
be
show
the
up.
first live stream that's going on. But that
this
sucks
is,
that thing's treating you like
And
shit.
well, and here's the thing. The flavor is great, but I mean, flavor. I give it out of 10. Hope I give it a 7.
Mhm.
Construction quality. I mean, Jesus Christ, how can that?
Yeah.
How can that not be a 2?
I mean, the only other thing that could happen now is the binder starts falling apart on you.
Well, I mean, if the binder falls apart, then it falls to a 1. But I mean, at this point, it's still okay. Like the binder's holding together.
Mhm.
It's, I mean, as far as like resistance and how it's, not bad. But this is just, and I'm not mistreating this thing. You know, I'm just trying to. I mean, look at this. I'm making a mess all over the fucking table.
Well, I mean, we'll have to try another one out later and see what.
I
how it
will
turns out.
give it. So,
Yeah.
and I ran into something similar to this when we smoked the Buffalo Trace cigars.
Mhm.
Is the quality was kind of in the gutter.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I like it, so I'll give it another go.
Yep.
And number 2 was still better, but crap.
Mhm.
Number 3 was okay. And then after that, it's like, how many chances am I supposed to give these cigars?
This came in. This came in at the exact same time, and it's sitting right.
Same amount of age.
Same age, same humidity level, and everything. And this one's perfect. So I have not a clue why that one went to shit.
And this is right off the top. So all the humidification is going to this one first.
Yep.
There's Buffalo Trace cigars.
Yeah,
Yes.
Buffalo Trace has a cigar.
It's a.
It's not
this-
great.
Well, hold on. It's not terrible. Come on, man.
My opinion on the whole Buffalo Trace. I'm not a big fan of Buffalo Trace at all. But Buffalo Trace, the distillery, it makes Eagle Rare, Blanton's, Colonel Taylor. It makes all these good ones.
Bookers.
But the only reason why Buffalo Trace
Basil
is even
Hayden's, I think.
is Basil Hayden. Basil Hayden's one of my favorite whiskeys. Eagle Rare and Basil Hayden, one of my favorites. But the only reason why Buffalo Trace is even on the map on anything is because if anyone ever watched Yellowstone,
Oh, really?
there was an episode on Yellowstone where they were doing whiskey, and one of the guys made a comment and goes, "Oh, hey, is that Buffalo Trace? Give me that Buffalo Trace."
Yeah.
So now you've got every
Dude, I was going to say Joe Rogan because
every
he talks about it all the time.
and then now you got like I said, like I grew up in Oklahoma, and my family, we have 1,100-acre beef cattle ranch, and we know our whiskeys and everything else. But like I said, my parents, we had a bottle of Patty Van Winkle.
Oh,
Like we
holy
Basil Hayden.
fucking la-di-da.
Oh, yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Mom and Dad, no, yeah. So when we watched the episode, when that guy walked up on Yellowstone, it was like, "Oh, let me get some of that Buffalo Trace." Now all of a sudden, Buffalo Trace skyrocketed because every wannabe country boy was like, "Oh man, country boys drink Buffalo Trace,"
Yeah.
and you're going, "Dude, no, Buffalo Trace." In my opinion, it's not much better than Jack or Jim. Like it's.
No.
I'm not a big fan of it.
It used to be sub $30 a bottle, and now it's like almost 40.
Well, yeah.
When-
Because like like I said, not to interrupt, but
No.
well, the episode of Yellowstone when that guy walked up and was like, "Hey, let me get some of that Buffalo Trace." That's when they were all like, "Oh,
Yeah.
country boys drink Buffalo," and they're going, "No,
Country
dude."
boys drink wild turkey.
When,
But
by the way, we have a bottle of it over there. It's just not up here.
we prefer wild turkey. I don't speak for all. I don't speak for all of us.
101.
But I would rather drink wild turkey over Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace is just.
I'd rather drink wild turkey over a lot of higher end whiskeys.
Buffalo Trace, in my opinion, it's just not. I'd rather drink Jack over it. I'm not a big fan of it.
When we first started this channel, we've always done this, right? That's why we have all these
Buffalo Trace was $25.
We used to drink Blanton's, and we used to get it all the time. No, not Blanton's. We used to get fucking no, it is Blanton's. We used to get Blanton's.
Yeah.
We used to get Blanton's, $40 a bottle. Go anywhere and get it. Now it's $80 if you can find it, and we just stopped.
120 on the secondary.
Yeah. And then it's like, and Bland's is like, okay, it's good. I'm not gonna argue
It's
that,
way too oaky.
but it ain't $120.
Mhm.
You know what? Give me 50, give me 60. And I used to drink. I know a lot of people shit on what's the one in the glass bottle that I used to drink. Still kind of new.
They're all in glass bottles.
No.
Blanton's
The
all
one with
tobacco.
the glass label.
I don't know.
Remember, it's got the so it doesn't have a label on it. It's got the glass imprint on it.
Not the bullet.
No, it's oh Jesus Christ, I can't think of it. It used to be $50,
Yeah.
right? For $49.99, I like it just fine. A buddy of mine got it for me for
Angel
Christmas
Envy?
this year. No, buddy of mine got it. Guy got it for me for Christmas this year.
No.
Is it out of Texas?
No, it's not. It's out of Kentucky.
God damn it.
So, and here's the thing. And so I look.
There's a bottle. There's like 12 of them over there.
I
Like,
know.
Jesus
I
Christ.
can't think of it. So at $50, I really like it. But now it's $75, and I don't like it anymore.
It's some old man name.
Bib and Tucker.
Bib and Tucker.
Bib and Tucker. So at 50, so at $50, it's just fine.
Yep.
But at 75, it's
pushing the limits.
it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Now it's like
Oh.
crypto bro fucking
Yeah.
whiskey to me.
The
like I'm not fucking
the
interested.
hot to
Yeah, it's like, I'm not.
the hot coin.
Yeah, at $75, there's so much better I can get. I mean,
There's Japanese whiskeys that are
yeah,
better.
I mean, Old Forester in 1920 Prohibition style is less than Bib and Tucker, and it is a much better fucking bourbon.
I'd go with Monkey Shoulder for them with that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, with a little bit of Campari.
Yeah.
Make a rusty nail.
I haven't had that in long. I would definitely do that.
If
yeah.
I was going to make a rusty nail, like it's going to be monkey shoulder because I don't want to like take like a nice top shelf
Oh God, no.
Scotch.
No,
I'm going to take a
no,
I'm going to take a decent blended Scotch that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to add a bunch of shit to it, and it's going to be a rusty nail. Hopefully, I use a rusty nail to fucking stir that shit.
Well, a key example.
No, Drambuie.
Drambuie.
Well, about a key example.
Which is the only thing they don't carry at the downtown market, by the way.
About 2 to 3 weeks ago. We'll say a month ago. Okay, a month ago. Key example.
Salmon.
Sitting there bartending and everything else. I walk down and like there's these 2 older gentlemen.
In King Salmon.
And no, we're right here in Anchorage.
Oh, okay. You said King Salmon. I was like.
Oh no, that was
God.
a while back.
Okay.
That was a while back.
We're jumping around.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yeah. Read my mind. God. So we're sitting there. You can't. Oh my Lord. So about we'll say a month ago.
Mylanta.
We're sitting there in at Flat Top and had 2 older gentlemen. Like I said, I'm 38. These guys are probably in their mid-late 50s. Okay. They walked up and they're like, "Oh man, what kind of scotches do you guys have?" And I'm like, "All right." So I walk over. I'm like, "Hey, I've got this. You know, the whole deal." And then the first thing they said was, "Oh, we're big Scotch drinkers." And I went, I told Mike this story, and I went, "Oh man, that's awesome. Well, what region do you guys prefer?" Deer in headlight. They just stopped and looked at me and I went.
That means they drink Scotch.
And I went.
But they're not into it.
They pick it based on price because they're douchebags.
Yeah, and I went. So you don't know what region? And they go. Well, and then I had to backtrack, and I could see LJ over my shoulder just laughing because I'm going like, "Oh God!" Now I called them out, and they didn't know what they were doing, but now I got to readjust and redo things, not to make them, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm bartending.
Don't alienate the people who are going to
Yeah, I don't want to like make fun of them and then run them out. So I'm going, "Oh man, I tell you what, you guys look like Speyside and Highland drinkers." "Oh yeah, Bobby McAllen." "Oh yeah, of course you are. Yeah, well, yeah. 18. All right, I got you. Yeah.
Rookie knows
Oh yeah. That's why I went McAllen 18. Oh man, I got you. Yeah,
You don't have Johnny Walker Blue, do you? You know.
Oh my. Oh, if I hear that again, I'm gonna hit him with the bottle. I just want to hit him with the bottle. Oh, dear
mean,
Lord.
I feel like I know it's not on purpose, but there's a reason why Scottish is its own language on Wikipedia. It is. You can actually, like, you go through and choose languages. Scottish is a fucking language.
I don't know if you follow Scottish Twitter, but it is a laugh fucking riot, man.
Oh.
I highly recommend it.
They're so fucking angry at everything all the time. It's a right.
Well, it's like I got some friends that are Scottish, and then like some fellow pilots. Okay. And then, like I said, I flight instructor. So I'm building flight time, but these guys, they're already in the airline. So we'll be sitting there talking, and then like some young gal will walk up, and then in the middle of our conversation, I'll be sitting talking to my buddies, and they'll be like, "Hey, hang on, Lassie," I'm talking to a friend. I'm like 9 out of 10 times, the girl will be like,
What the fuck?
"I'm not a freaking dog. Don't talk to me like that, blah, blah, blah." And in the Scottish terms, Lassie, they're not referring to you as a dog.
Yeah, doesn't mean that.
It's like the southern way of us saying, like, I'm from Oklahoma. It's like me saying, "Hey, miss,
Yeah.
hang on a
Or
second."
ma'am. I'm not a ma'am. Well, I mean,
Well, no, it's
trying
more
to be fucking polite.
It's more than miss. Lassie means like an unmarried young woman.
Yeah.
In the Scottish terms.
Just
So
give me
they're
a few
like,
moments. I'm
they're
just
like,
talking
"Hey,
to my friend.
Lassie,
Give
I'm
me a
talking to
moment."
my buddy," and then some drunk girl drinking a little lemon drop martini. "I'm not a dog."
Of
Blah
course
blah
she is.
blah, and you're going, "Oh God, stop! That's not
The
not what
accent
he
didn't give
meant."
it away.
You know what?
Yeah, you'd think.
Hold on, dude.
Southern Scotland.
Do we gotta catch up on comment? Sorry, you
No,
know.
My bad. No.
we are
It was
caught
more
up.
like
I've been
intellect. What he said.
It's more acknowledging that
All right, I don't want. I mean, they're taking the time. I don't want
My bad.
It's,
I'm
it's
sorry.
the
I
remote
trailed off.
peanut
That's my
gallery
fault,
in the
guys.
other room. I'm going through, just acknowledging them. You know, man, I got to tell you, like, I spent a good amount of time in Scotland, and I got to tell you, Steve, he's cordial. I don't know. I don't know from
You
where.
mean Steve Smith?
Yeah, I don't know
Oh shit!
where.
Probably shouldn't have called out his last name.
Oh, Smith.
I definitely
Yeah.
said Smith because it's not his real name.
I mean, all billion of them. Right.
Yeah, right.
No.
Good luck googling Steve Smith. That's why Google Blue Waffle.
No, he's super cordial and polite, which
Yeah.
is
I really like
kind
Steve.
of in the vein, but like you get a few drinks in him, and he's still cordial and polite, which is fucking rare, really rare.
Yeah.
Like
Well, we had him on the show. He's fun. He's fun as shit to hang out with.
we all saw that.
Okay, just making sure we saw that.
Yeah.
Oh
we
yeah,
all saw that.
I'll live.
It's charcoal. It just takes the toxins out.
Yeah, that worked.
Yeah.
It's protein. Yeah. No, because I got two buddies that apply for Atlas. One's an Aussie.
There we go.
One's a Scot and one's an Aussie. And like I said, whenever they're
Oh, Aussies are all fucking rude, but it's fantastic.
I fucking love. Well, they love me, so that's what they're like. Hurry up and get your hours. We want to bring you up. Then I got my buddy who's a Scot. Like I said, like that girl trying to come in. Hey, listen, lassie. Blah blah blah. Oh man, that drunk little blonde girl didn't know what direction up was. Like just, I'm not a dog, and you can see the look on his face. Just
Wait, what do you
obviously he has no idea.
What Lassie is.
Well, like yeah. I mean, and that's the Scot. It's like the Southern American.
Yeah.
It's just saying
It's like
hi.
it,
Just give me a minute.
well, I mean, it's like us saying miss. Like Oklahoma in the South, when we say, hey, miss, hey, can I
Yeah.
get by, blah, blah. That's what lassie is. It's a young, unmarried woman.
Mhm.
And they totally did not get that. He's being as polite as he possibly could be. And she just went straight full simple Jack.
Yeah.
Just,
You should have or tell them what do it like in Alaskan terms. Instead of saying "Hey Lassie," just be like, "Hey Gussuck, don't worry about it. I'll get to you in a second."
oh, man.
Yo,
I made the comments when I had to kick people out. And they're like in like skimpy outfits, everything else. I'm like, miss. And I say miss. I'm going, miss, hey, I'm like, can you get an Uber? It's time for you to go. You're drunk, but I don't want to kick you out -2.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, you know what? Watch me. And they walk out. I'm going, man, hoes don't get cold. Like,
Hoes don't get cold.
and they'll walk out. I'm talking like just skimpy outfits, everything else. And they're going,
As she hanging out and everything.
oh, yeah. And they're just like, watch me. I'm going, like, I had a girl, Lily, two
Like
nights.
a fart will throw steam.
Oh, man.
I was just thinking that.
I had a girl 2 nights. I had a girl 2 nights ago on Thursday. Like, she asked me because I was being polite. And I said, hey, you're being a little much. I'm not kicking you out, but can you please call an Uber? And then she's like, next question, she looked right at me and goes, like spaced out, where's Barry's Lounge? I'm like, well, miss, it's not in walking distance. You probably need to call an Uber. Watch me. And walked out. And then
Oh my
all
God.
these dudes looked at me. And that's when I made the comment, man, hoes don't get cold. And she just started walking. I mean, it's -1.
Did she even walk the correct direction?
She did walk the correct direction, but how far that's a coin toss on that one. Like
my friend Raven, he's
the homeless was on
spent
the
a bunch of
left,
time
so
down
you had to go
into
right.
Atlanta. Spent from Detroit originally. Did a lot of time in the South, down in Florida, in Miami. Spent a bunch of time in Atlanta, and then he came up here for business. That's when I met him, and that's when he met his wife. And they would go out to like all the local establishments, and he'd be standing in line to go in. And he's looking around like miniskirt, 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 no coat, no coat, no coat, miniskirt, 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 low V cut, all lace, everything. It's fucking 10 below and it's blowing. They're just sitting there talking, mind their own business. And he's like, fucking Alaskan girls are different.
Well, then if it's 10
You're
below,
fucking crazy.
usually the girls do the one or the other. Like you have like they're covered on top, or
And
they're
all
covered on
legs.
bottom. But if you see the girl uncovered top and bottom, that's your wife for the night. Like, you're like, boom, I got you. You can go home in the morning, but for the next 6 hours,
I'll keep you warm.
yeah, you can keep me warm. But
You're a space heater.
yeah, you're like, I got you. Tell your husband and your side dude to be on hold. I got you.
So Chad,
Oh, man.
how's that chunk?
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to excuse myself. I'm going to have to go get another cigar because I
you
got this
unwrapped
far.
You
No,
unwrapped it.
I didn't.
Make it
It
better.
unwrapped its fucking self.
It just wanted to like please you.
No, I'm
I wanted
unhappy
to show
with.
you
I'm
everything.
unhappy with how this went.
Hoes don't get cold, Mike.
I'm not cold.
No, the cigar.
Well, I can't say that I've
Saying that,
progressed
sorry.
too terribly much. 'Cause,
I'm gonna leave this
well,
here.
we've been
It's a
at
bad
this
joke.
for 40 minutes,
So
and
for
I've
me-
only gotten that far.
That's an hour and a half smoke for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be here quite late playing video games on the in the lounge.
We'll just turn the volume down.
So
That's
this
turning
is
a little ridiculous.
I mean, if you like a Maduro, this is definitely going to be one for you. You can definitely pick out the Mexican wrapper on this thing.
It's not too spicy.
No, it's not spicy at all. It's like a tingle.
It's kind of like a nice earthiness, a little bit of like what Oliva calls spices, quote unquote.
It's got like that coffee bitter kind in there.
Oh yeah.
But not coffee flavoring. I don't mind it too terribly much. Not my favorite jam for a cigar. Let's see. It with the how it's progression or the progression of it is not too much of a change. But then again, I am not even an inch down from the top.
If that was a standard size cigar, you'd be halfway down.
Yeah, this thing is a rough one to keep going too. The sides kind of canoed a little bit, but then again, I only had a single torch, so I didn't really light it all that well.
I mean, for me, on those guys, like, so it was a very long burner. It's also a long filler cigar, as far as I can tell. So, like, I was able to get ash all the way down to my fingers.
Well, even if it is a short filler, how far do they have to go?
Oh, I mean, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I don't know. Yeah. Now it's I don't suspect that I will be ashing this one until more than probably when I'm almost done. Yeah.
And then for me, that's the first time I've talked about my cigar because we never quite make it around the table. I'm having a Latitude Zero, which is from
Latitude Zero. It's just the
no,
brand
it's-
is Latitude Zero.
it's
The
Drew Estate.
I don't.
No,
think
it's
so.
Alec Bradley.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna,
We're going to double check
I,
because I did look it up right before this.
that didn't even move.
I know, right? It's a nice long filler.
But Latitude Zero, we've had in the shop in years past, and they sold really well. They might have gone on back order, or somehow I just missed reordering them at one point. And
So
then it's
I've
been about
never
4
had this.
years.
This is actually made by Oliva for Latitude Zero,
Okay.
and it is a Habano Ecuadorian wrap, and it's actually a Ecuadorian Puro. So like all the way through, the wrap, the binder, and the filler are all from the same farm. They have, again, it's an Oliva cigar, so it's going to have the Oliva spices, which I definitely tasted right off the bat. It was like that weird acidic burn that they claim is baking spices, which kind of put me off on the beginning of it. If I wasn't doing a live stream, I probably would have put it out.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Can I interject real quick?
Sure.
Please tell me that Brian is pissing with his microphone on.
How strong is that stream? Is it good? Can you hear it? Is it like a bunch of nickels being dropped in a toilet?
I'm gonna have to remember this timestamp.
All right. All right. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this.
Sorry, everybody.
But I mean, overall, after I got past the initial like quarter inch, it really toned down. It's become kind of like a savory sweet cigar, like a typical Nicaraguan. Overall, it's pretty good, but it does have an initial like pay fucking attention to me kind of light to it.
Yeah.
I'm happy I stuck with it. If this was something I picked off the shelf and started smoking, I'd put it out. But since I worked through it and got past the first quarter inch, it's actually a really good cigar. It's kind of surprising. So like it's gotten various different flavors as you go down. Like it was very acidic, very burny at the beginning, very white pepper, and then it's kind of toned down to like a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg in the background. No coffee, but like kind of like bitter baker's chocolate, a little bit of cedar going on here, a little bit of hay. Overall, it's not bad, and I haven't had to touch it up once, given it's not like a fucking massive ring gauge like Chad's.
With that cigar.
I did ash on myself, by the way.
Well, I mean,
just sweep it up.
I did see you, Chad, but I mean, considering what I was dealing with earlier, that seems like an infinitely better cigar. But so what I've done is,
Did you get the majority?
so I went.
We're
Yeah,
gonna do a retro hell here.
yeah. So I went for
Nope, that burn's still there.
I went for the Insanity Layer.
Oh my god.
Pretty
So
good. I mean, it's not
initial
blowing
lineup,
up on
so
you.
We'll see.
So
I mean, I can go out.
You got Serenity now, which makes you insane. Now you have Insanity now. Right?
later, Insanity later.
Not bad.
Good.
Actually, pretty mellow retro ale.
I mean, all Asylum cigars are basically the same cigars, just different sizes and marketing.
I wouldn't say that so much, but
That
I would after
okay.
smoking a
So-
fuck ton of them.
The Medulla and the Oblongata. I do like the Oblongata better, but the Medulla is definitely a better cigar than the Serenity now. The
Okay.
Serenity now, I'm gonna have to give it another try because fuck, it was trash.
because that one, same box, sits right next to it.
Yeah.
and it's not.
And
exploding
I
on
mean,
you.
even right away, it is. I mean, just by touching it, I can tell the construction quality is so much better.
Mhm.
And just the smell and the draw, it's all better.
Yeah.
I really think maybe just luck of the draw. I got a bad
I will
Serenity
say
now.
Yeah,
Connecticut's are more delicate as far as travel.
I mean, there's delicate, and then there's
that thing was
there's
falling
this,
apart.
just falling apart right off the bat. Like before I even lit it, it was falling apart at the end. Not even where I cut it.
And it's been in the humidor for about a week and a half.
Yeah.
It's been in there
Right next
just
to
as
these
long as that, right next to it.
I mean,
And that is clean.
that's a chonk though.
You can just walk in front of it. It doesn't matter.
It was weird.
It's
Oh,
fine.
maybe you don't have your mic on you.
Do you want some lime?
Oh yeah. No, that's all right.
It's right there.
We were actually wondering, like, when I got downstairs, I go, tell me that he's pissing with his mic on.
I walked about 10 feet that way and went, man. I didn't want to pull like a Leslie Nelson on like Naked Gun and like.
We were
be
hoping
like,
your stream was strong.
That's a solid reference.
Actually, I was
Right.
kind of hoping that you're gonna be like singing a song while you're peeing.
yeah, I didn't want to be like a Leslie Nelson on that.
This is probably outdated by the time I'm telling it now, but when I bartended at the Sheridan in Phoenix,
Back in the 90s,
it was earlier. It was more recent than that. But
2003.
there was how old do you think I am? Anyway,
8 years
so
older than me.
across the parking lot was an American Express main training hub. They have 3 of those.
Mhm.
And
Why
so,
they chose Phoenix is beyond us.
so anyway, but they have American Express has a very strong presence in Australia. So they would have across the street from this Amex training hub, they would put them all in the Sheridan where I bartended. So I had a nonstop stream of Australian dudes at my bar every night, just Australian dudes hanging out. And so at first you'd think, the tip's probably gonna suck, which is kind of generally the case. But every once in a while, Australian guys. So I've only gone after the bar closed. I've only gone and hung out with a customer twice. And both times it was a group of Australian dudes because they're the only ones that are fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
But there were some times that they would sit at the bar and there'd be like 4 Australian dudes and I'd be bartending and they'd be like, hey,
Don't care.
where's the nearest gas station? And I'd be like, oh, okay, well, across the street, there's a gas station where you can go get gas. And then they would all laugh and throw down $1 because they thought it was so funny to tip. And then they would ask me other stupid shit like, where's the nearest grocery store? I go, well, 2 blocks down this direction, there's a grocery store. And they go, ha, 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 ha. And then they throw down $1. And then when I would be like, sorry, guys, I got to close. Like, cool. You want to go somewhere and do some coke? And I'm like, maybe.
But you totally didn't.
Totally didn't.
Did not.
Exactly.
Drugs are bad.
But
Drugs are bad.
so I did. So I did that. I did that in college. I did that for a while, and I gotta say, man,
Every Australian guy.
It was very rarely women, which I would have been more interested in. But Australian dudes were the funnest motherfuckers to hang out with, especially dude. Like I said, I would never go hang out with a customer after the bar twice with Australian guys.
I'm going to say,
I was like, hey, we're going over here. It's like, all
culturally,
right, let me go count down my drawer. I'll be right there.
culturally, the most American like folk out there are the Finnish and the Australians.
The Finnish.
Have you seen them rallycross? It's like they so rallycross comes from a tradition of drinking your potato vodka moonshine and going and fucking rallying cars. What's more American than that?
I mean, that's some NASCAR shit if I ever heard it.
Exactly, right? And
Well, I
then
would
Australia,
say-
you watch the Barra, like they just race across the fucking desert.
I would say
And
the
they're
next
modified
closest
cars.
thing to rallycross would be like a hill climb, which they do in Iceland quite a bit. So.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or they get those fucking Jeeps with the paddle wheels that
Super
cross that
Jeep.
fucking lake.
Yep. I don't know. So there's a couple countries that have adopted stupid American things.
Or vice versa.
When I was like when I was in the army and everything else, and still to this day, I get all the time bartending. They're like, "Oh man, we can't distinguish your accent. Are you English or Australian?" And I'm going,
Welsh.
I should say something like that. But I'm going, Oklahoma. They're like, "There's no way." And then when I was deployed, everything else, we were training a little bit, helping out in the Italian army, and the Italians were like, "Oh hey." Well, after all my soldiers walked away, they're like, "Oh hey, how's it feel to fight for the Americas?" And I'm sitting there going like, I'm looking at my buddy Brogan. He's my right hand man. I'm looking at Brogan. He's looking at me. He's like, "Crap, what the hell?" I'm
They
going,
just know you have an accent. They can't figure out the
And I
accent.
kept looking at him going, "Americas, what?" And I'm looking at him, and like when you're in a team, like military wise, like I can tell you, my entire team still to this day, I can tell you all their birth dates. I can tell you everything about them, like just everything, their horoscope, their birthdays, everything about it.
Their horoscope. I didn't even know you were gay.
Oh no, it's not gay if you make eye contact. We never make eye contact, so it wasn't gay. Yeah, nuts to butt. If you don't make eye contact, you're golden.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting there, and I can tell you all my soldiers, like my team. I can tell you all their birthdays, everything else. And then the Italians were like, "Oh, how does it feel to fight for the Americas?" And I kept looking at them going, "What the fuck are they talking about?" And they're like, "Oh, you're an Aussie." And I'm like,
You could
"No."
you
And
could-
Brogan's from Ohio. Of course, he's from Florida. Kamar was from Connecticut.
You could pass as someone from Queensland if you didn't say certain words.
I think it's certain words that I use that make it bring out like that. But I hear it. I still, even bartending, I hear it all the time. But the Italian army was like, "How does it feel to?
You know?
How does it feel to flee Australia, fight for the Americas?" And in my head, I'm going,
Wait, what?
When did people flee Australia? Fight? It was. I was
All
dumbfounded.
you gotta say is Australia,
I was Australian.
and it's like
I was like,
Australia.
So here's the
I
thing.
was like, I'm from Oklahoma, and they're like, "Where is that?" I'm like, "It's in the center of the U.S." And they're
It's
like,
the most American place.
and I grew up on a cattle ranch, and like if you met like mom, dad, like mom's a doctor, dad's oil field, blah blah, like grew up in a very, very upscale family.
He does say old though.
Oh,
Yeah,
field.
oh,
Okay, yeah,
That's
that- I mean, yeah,
I would say milk.
milk.
Sounded pretty similar.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
All right, so
Let's continue the story.
Okay.
Well, mom and dad were always like, because even though like we're country and everything else, but like I said, we were very high end, that whole deal, but extremely.
Yeah.
And so dad always told us, raising us kids, everything else, like, listen, we are country. We're not stupid. And so you didn't, like when other people be like, "Oh, you know what? Hey, don't move backwards." And you're going, "Backwards? Like you dumbass. Like, backwards. Like we mean backwards." And then people be like,
I'm
"Oh,
like, what's a backer?
Let me
Why can't I move it?
and they're going," and then people would say, "Oh, let me call my lawyer." No, it's a lawyer. And so mom and dad were very adamant on our pronunciation due to the fact that how we grew up. Now, don't get me wrong, in my accent, if you was to meet mom, dad, and my brothers and sisters, No, I don't know what happened, but evidently I have an accent. They do not. But our pronunciation and our grammar was very spot on.
Yeah. You had to have good vocabulary. You had to,
Well, if not, Dad beat that into you.
You have great.
Because well, like I
that
said,
into
like
you.
when your mom's a doctor and your dad is the superintendent for inspection for a major oil company,
Or owns
So-
an 1,100 fucking
and we have
ranch.
1,100 acre cattle ranch. What I'm saying is, like, whenever you meet people, there's a representation that you need to be.
Yeah.
And if you don't, I would say, act according to, you got your ass whooped when you got home. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there talking, and then, but like I said, though, they're like, oh, how does it feel to flee Australia and fight for the Americas? Back to that topic. But that's where it was dumbfounding, because I'm looking at Brogan, one of my best friends I have walking there, him and Carraro and all Richie Carraro, all those guys. I'm looking at my boys going, and you know what it's like to be a military. You know, you have your boys.
Yeah.
Like, you can make fun of them, but if anybody else does, oh no, I'm gonna kill you, bastard. No.
You say the sickest shit about your friends,
It-
but no one else
But
can do
anybody else
No,
does that,
oh
I'll
God, no.
fucking
If
kill
anyone
you.
else says a word, I'm gonna headbutt you, skull fuck you, in the way you don't want to be skull fucked.
There's a major hierarchy of it too. You got your platoon and section. Section can talk shit about the other section, but if somebody from another platoon talks about the other section bad, you're fucking up that platoon. If another person from another company talks bad about that other platoon,
That whole company.
everybody's fucked. Talk bad about your battalion. Well, now the battalion's going after the other battalion. It's a very weird hierarchy.
Yeah, and it's our team. But then again, okay, like key example. If I was a section sergeant, which I was, and let's say he's a section sergeant. Let's say he's Alpha and I'm Bravo. Okay, so we have our sections. Okay, we have our team, blah blah, everything's squared away. We can do whatever we need be. We only report to the platoon sergeant. That's all we report to.
You're saying you're tribal.
Don't
I mean-
simplify it. Let him finish.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, well, I mean, and then if I'm wrong, let me know. But if he's Alpha, I'm Bravo, or vice versa, whatever it is, we have our guys underneath us. But him and I, we can skull fuck these guys, everything else, all we want to, because they're fucking up. But they get kept in check. But if you got some other dude in another platoon get on to one of our guys, oh no, him and I, we're
You're
teaming
gonna go
up.
fuck that guy.
We can have an argument over. Him and I can have an argument, and him and I get about to get into a fist fight. But if someone else jumps out of nowhere, it's not on our squad.
Your little island.
Killing him.
Yes. And once they make a comment, we will immediately stop talking shit and team up. And now that guy is going to get skull fucked in a way. But after he gets skull fucked, then we will pick
Go
up
back
where
to
we
fight.
fucking left off. 100% pick up where we left off. Like, I mean, it's yeah, no, but like
That's
I
human
said, though.
nature. Human nature.
Well, I mean, I don't know about human nature. It's more of a
My blog.
Brotherhood.
it's
Very good. Yeah.
Brotherhood.
well, it's a bond, and a bond is forged in adversity. And when you go, like I said, and then when you go through certain things,
Cheers, gentlemen. We're
Cheers.
coming to the end, but I just wanted
Sorry.
to get it in before we had to
so
go.
I'm kind of pissed off.
No. Don't. This is why you're here.
And a bond is forged in adversity. But here's the thing, though. Like, him and I can get back from deployment with our boys. We get back from deployment 2-3 months later. We get, oh, hey, you know what? Here's you 2-3 new privates. Here's you 2-3 new privates. Oh, man, those 2 new privates. If we just got back from deployment, oh, God bless their hearts.
New practice.
They, oh,
God bless their hearts.
God
That
bless
means
their hearts.
fuck them.
They are going to be in, because now they're trying to prove themselves.
They're hot out of boot camp.
They get, oh man, I did time in the field. What, FTX for 7 days?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's adorable.
I'm
That's so cute.
gonna wear my dress blues out in public.
Oh man, you know it. But I have a blue cord. Yeah, but you got 3 ribbons.
You just
Get
got
the fuck
here.
out of here.
Why do you have dress blues? You need to go get your fucking regular.
Oh, dear Lord, yeah. But then they act like they like, oh man, well, you know, I deserve to be here. Like, no, we just got back. Like, you No.
Yeah.
No. But then they do that, and then for the next probably 2 years, oh, we totally destroy them. Like, we ride their ass. But after we go to deployment with them, and they come back, now they're on our level.
Now they're on your
Now
side of
we're
the
like,
ring. Yeah.
well, as long as they prove themselves.
Yeah.
Now you get shitbags who don't,
Of course.
and you get the other ones that do. And the ones that do, you're like, dude, you're awesome. Love you. I had a soldier, Bender, love him to death. Always drove me nuts. Fought in a firefight. The man literally shit himself, but kept fighting. And after we got done, and it was our first firefight. And we got done with the first firefight. I'm going, everybody good? I spent more time making sure everybody was squared away than anything else, because I was the NCO in charge, I'm going, all right, everybody's good. All of a sudden I hear Bender, Sergeant Crowell, what's going on? Can I talk to you for a second? Oh, you can talk to me. No, sorry, can I talk to you? And in my head, you know what I mean? Like you get that, okay, what the fuck happened? Yeah. He's like, hey, Sergeant, I shit myself. And I'm like, man, you know what? I at least you shot back. Like, mad props. Like, I tell you what, I will not say a word. And I didn't say a word. Like, no one knew until like years after we got out.
Oh, so you waited until he was a.
I didn't. Well, no, after we got out. Oh, no bars hold. No, yeah. But I never.
Guess who shit himself?
I never told a soul. He was like, I shit myself. My bro. He was our 249. He was our suppressor. So you're like, I'm not making fun of you, man. I need you. Like, you're being overrun and everything else.
Yeah.
I need you to do suppressive part.
Shit yourself all you want. Just fucking suppress.
And fucking Bender shit himself. He was like, I shit myself. I mean, this dude was shaking. Like, I'm going.
I thought you were showing the size of his shit.
Oh no. Oh my bad.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no. He was shaking. Everything else. I'm like, hey, Bender, but
You
dude,
threw a clay pot.
I'm like, dude, you hit the nail on the head. Like, you did everything correct. He's like, can you not tell anyone? I'm like, dude, I won't say I won't say a fucking word.
Yeah.
I mean, I did, but he didn't know that. But no one else would tell. But I mean, come on.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, he didn't know that. But then again, like when you do that for the first time, no one knows how they're going to react because, like I said, though, like I'm Oklahoma, so I grew up on a ranch, so I grew up shooting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I grew up with all this stuff, like my uncle, great uncle. I'll tell you later who my great uncle is, everything else. But I trained soldiers that were like from Pennsylvania, Minnesota. They were infantry. The first time they ever shot a weapon was in basic.
Yeah, like never been hunting, don't know what they're doing. Like, never been like out in the wilderness.
Oh man,
Are we reaching the end here?
Oh my bad, I trailed off.
No, it's all good.
What time is it? Well, it is 7:15. We only got 15 minutes until the next one starts.
So, Brian, we're definitely going to have you on again. For sure.
Sorry.
We don't mean to cut you off.
No,
I get more story for you next time.
We love to have fun during these things and just have a conversation.
Yeah.
We're going to have you on again.
Yeah. This is
okay. I appreciate it.
No, this was good.
Okay, well, it's still on. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you one more story. Okay.
Wait.
One more story. All right, we'll wrap this up.
All right. You got like 2 minutes. You got to truncate it.
All right, 30 seconds. Okay. Anyway, 2 soldiers to make fun of today. Okay. We've been doing C-Wire, and I watched it to 2 of my boys. Okay, Steinhardt and Corsi. Oh man, I'm gonna have them watch this. They're gonna fucking make fun of
You're
me.
burning daylight right now.
Yeah. Anyway, but I asked him. I was like, "Hey, we need 2 pairs of C-Wire gloves, and I need y'all to straighten this out." 15 minutes later, Corsi and Steinhardt walked up to me, and they were like, "Hey, Sergeant, we can't find C-Wire gloves." And I was like, "Oh, all right." And I'm looking at them like from me to you 2. Steinhardt had 2 left-handed gloves. Corsi had 2 right-handed gloves. And I looked at him and I went, "Are you guys fucking with me?" And they go, "What are you talking about?" I went, "Oh my God, you guys are being serious." I grabbed his glove and I slapped him with it. Grabbed it, slapped him with it. Steinhardt was like a deer in the headlight. Corsi, I'll never forget. Corsi looked right at me and goes, "Oh, I'm going, oh my God." I turned in and walked the hell off. I was just...
On that note,
I had to tell that story. I had to tell that story.
Tune in next time.
My bad.